Today, we want to talk about justice as part of the right where the citizens them get inside Salone. Everybody, as Sierra Leonean, you get rights, now you human right, forget justice. Whether you be rich or you be poor. But na part of your rights that one day. Now you human rights and civic rights, whatever rights you want put there, but justice suppose for day among everybody. And we want to take a clip from the workshop where they go now. There is a workshop for yesterday and today, maybe 2 days, where the judiciary in Sierra Leone, they said then they hold a judicial training workshop. And they also say then they get a dialogue for Anglophone West African country them. Yes, Anglophone West African country where they speak English. But we no want go na the broader aspect. We want focus na Salone first. Waiting the citizens then think about justice. Waiting me and you think about justice. And if we get opportunity for advice them people here, we go for that 2 days training. What you go tell them say? Never mind all the big talks them where they can talk where they get them kind meeting there. But waiting we go advise them say what you go tell them. Say we really want them for focus pan inside Sierra Leone. Because we know say na one green Salone we get. And the justice system, me and you, we know. We know how it look like. We know what it look like. If you get opportunity for talk to the Chief Justice, what you go tell and say? If you get opportunity for talk to the Chief Justice na Salone, what you go tell them about the citizens them, their right for get justice? Like as I say, then we get 2 days training and workshop. Let we listen. The conversation. Waiting then talk there from the president to the Chief Justice. Waiting they all talk now this particular training within for the first day. Let we listen them.
Indeed, it gives me great pleasure to declare the Judicial Training Dialogue for effective implementation of global, regional and sub-regional human rights norms in Anglophone West Africa open.
His Excellency the President, Dr. Julius Madabio, been the officially open 2-day training for improve the work we judge them don't they do on human rights issue them that the different country them now West Africa. Who said the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, na Salone, Priscilla Swart, say the topic key.
As you think about these regional, global and sub-regional human Anglophone rights, think about how we as an African people fit into the construct of those rights and begin to think how we can reframe the dialogue and the discourse to make sure that rights are fully protected, not just individualized rights, but community rights, customs rights, customary rights, customary law rights. Customary law, I must say, is a fundamental part of our constitution. It's a singular parallel constitutional law that is to be recognized alongside the Anglophone English system that we have. Why do we often think to subject it to that system? I also ask about what really matters in the application of law to these rights or the creation of new norms that will influence the 21st century thinking of the freed or delivered African people.
Robert Kowana, the President, Sierra Leone Bar Association, say the effective implementation of the global, regional and sub-regional human rights norms will help national governments them.
It will provide our citizens with better accessible mechanism for the protection of their human rights once national remedies have been exhausted. It will help raise awareness among citizens of their human rights Government will also be in a better position to address regional human rights concerns. It will also enhance and definitely assist in transnational crime and environmental disasters. Above all, it will promote and protect good governance.
Patricia Nasundanema, the Human Rights Commissioner in Salon, say the implementation of the human rights standard within the justice system critical.
This is what the Human Rights Commission has over the years aspired for, as highlighted in several recommendations profiled in its annual State of Human Rights reports. I remain very optimistic that discussions here today will lay the strong foundation to address many human rights concerns, for example, within the justice system, which includes but not limited to the long delays of prison inmates to enjoy the right to be heard and on time, the long-term detentions without indictment, and the detention of juveniles with adults who, due to limited detention facilities, continue to be detained with adults contrary to the provisions in local, regional, and international human rights instruments. Experiences to be shared will also help all to better improve on the effectiveness of the structures that are meant to restore hope when victims access them. It will be very prudent to see how Anglophone national courts complement the efforts of regional courts. I anticipate that Anglophone states will be more proactive in their human rights state obligations of respecting, protecting, and fulfilling human rights, especially within the judicial system after this dialogue session.
Ano Tishungal, the African Director for International Commission of Jurists, say Africa need for come together for address Tentinia.
Poverty, inequality, and injustice need Africa to continue building resilient and effective justice systems and institutions to tackle impunity, to provide access to justice for all, and to work with the judiciary here to achieve some of the objectives and Sustainable Development Goal 16 and the 2030 agenda.
Justice Babatunde Edwards, the Chief Justice na Salon, say they get the responsibility for make sure say they maintain the rights of people.
Where both the executive and legislature have failed, we cannot fail. To fulfill human rights means that states must take positive steps or action to facilitate the enjoyment of human rights. Any failure to meet their aforesaid obligations tantamounts to a violation of the obligation imposed on a state.
Where it opened the 2-day judicial training, the President, Dr. Julius Madabio, say in government go continue for respect Salon people and rights.
Sierra Leone is committed to respecting, promoting, protecting, and fulfilling the human rights of all citizens. Our courts are addressing issues regarding human rights within the powers enshrined in our Constitution, Act Number 6 of 1991. We will also continue reviewing how other such progressive treaties as the African Charter on Human and People's Rights will work with our domestic laws and judicial processes. Sierra Leone also maintains its affirmation of the goals of Agenda 2063. I hope that local and international judges will share the experiences and best practices and therefore adopt procedures and implement systems that are human rights sensitive.
It carry on for talk about some party things them is in government don't make progress pa.
We have made significant gains in the areas of governance, access to justice, and democratic inclusion. My government has affirmed the right to education of the child by increasing allocation to education to an unprecedented 21% of national budget. Together with the right to food security and quality health care, it is at the center of government's human capital development priorities. The Judicial of Sierra Leone will be commissioning the first set of social security courts under the theme towards effective enforcement of social security rights in Sierra Leone on the 9th of December this year. This is in addition to the industrial court that has been hearing and resolving labor disputes and protecting the rights of workers. My government is addressing human trafficking in persons.
The president been called on the judge them for maintaining their independence.
Judges have been criticized as being biased, partisan, and unresponsive. However, you are a critical cog in the wheel of our democratic societies. You are the last bastion of hope, the protectors and bulwark against erosion of fundamental human rights. So I enjoin you to stay focused and independent.
President Bio been end up say the judiciary in a salon now they develop one system for make sure say they clear all the court case them and self make sure say people not in a jail without they not go through trial. All this is saying for help reduce overcrowding at the correctional center them at the country. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Mohammed Sharif, the report.
One for tell Mohammed Sharif thank you, and also Radio Democracy thank you, because I told them help now we get that clip there. You hear it? You listen, you pay attention. You hear all the good word that we come out today. Before I play the clip, I be ask a question, say, if we get opportunity for talk to the Chief Justice, what we go tell him? You hear waiting the Chief Justice and say, Bangura Sulaiman on Facebook say go tell and say, make you forget about politics and try for seek the interest of the people them. By way it go help for defend their rights. I'm Judge Kamara say justice na for sell na salon. If you no get money, then you no go able for afford them. He say na the simple thing that one day. We dey talk about the citizens in Sierra Leone forget justice. Then talk about good things then, because if we want to say human rights, it's broad. So now just one of the arm them inside the human rights. Now we just want pick today when a justice. Now I make we focus passes. Then they talk about like the entire human rights and all them things here. But we go talk about the justice side. Make a call with Usman Toli. Make it help for break down things then before we self go join the conversation. Yes, Usman Toli, you get the platform.
Thank you very much, Triple A, and thanks to all the listeners then. I just want to focus on the clip because it's a very short one, and then concentrate on the topic, which is justice for the citizens them alone. That the rights as we, the citizens, will forget, Nasalo will for enjoy. A good number of we know say the justice system Nasalo is problematic. We get a lot of problems then at the justice system. We can't find justice system Nasalo. I will give you some critical examples, some few examples. We don't see over the years, we say prisoners then they detain them for a very long time without trial. I think some of them here will be only discussed in this forum. We say the correctional center, they see us in the day in remand for, say, 4, 5, 6, 7 years without trial. So in that case, they don't deprive in fundamental human rights. How you will go keep somebody for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years without one day in a trial? That is worrying. So now some of the examples then is when they talk about where it comes in terms of the justice in citizens' rights. So that is very, very critical. And I think that some of them here where they try for amend, where they try for talk about, so that they will try for find a solution to this. But we must say in Sierra Leone, where it comes on the citizens' rights, we get a lot of challenges then. We get a lot of challenges. Let me just try to point out some of the challenges then who they face in terms of the justice system in Salone. It is more than apparent that one of the main factors why the justice system is very poor in our country today, now because we lack what we call the independence of the judiciary. In the sense that we all know says Salone judiciary is not independent. And they listen to what the government of the day they tell them. That is to say, all the others them where they come out from above. So whatever where the government of the day they tell them and they do. For example, if somebody talk against the government where the government of the day no favor, they will easily send information or dictate to the judiciary or the court and say this what in this person talk, or easily detained and then go detain that person for no good reason. In that respect, they not infringe the rights of that individual day. The other challenge again we will face not only in terms of the court system or the judiciary, also the police. For example, the police. You will see say the police then they listen to the government of the day. If the government of the day say now this they want, not then the police they listen to. So again, now some of the challenges and this way I be want make them focus on when are the major problems where actually they affect we write them that I come today. So in other words, it make with the fear sometimes for express we write. We express we write what we're supposed for express. For example, when you talk about some of the rights that we'll get in terms of demonstration, we all see recently, a group where they call themselves concerned citizens. They want to demonstrate that the country, the government said no, set their own example. So in that case, the police, they listen to what the government of the day say, and then they just do what the government of the day tell them. So now some of the fundamental problems in this, where I really want to focus on during this discussion or this training. I think the main problems now, they don't address the issues then. The issues, as far as me see, they don't address them. Because don't forget, when you talk about a justice system, there are some principles where you get to think about. A justice system is guided by a simple concept. That is the concept of the rule of law. Simple as that. And the rule of law is about accountability, about an open government, it's about accessibility and impartiality. The question I want to ask is, considering the current situation of our country, you think, say, we get accountability now the justice system in terms of, the legislature or the judiciary? Is there any accountability? Do we have an open government? Is the law impartial? In order to favor anybody? Is it equally? Is it equal? Are we all equal before the law? So when they talk about justice system, these are some of the fundamental questions then where you get to ask yourself. The institutions of the state, we're supposed to be independent. Are they independent? Such as the judiciary where we talk about. Are they independent? We, the citizens of the country, where we live, how will they go about we own fundamental human rights? Some of the examples then, what they see recently, where they happen out of the country, in terms of we own rights, you think, say, the current government, will they enjoy them fundamental human rights then they? I don't give you some examples then, we'll go for look into. Are we enjoying our fundamental human rights? Where you get a problem or a case, whose confidence will you get over the judiciary, where you feel say they will protect you or you will get an equal playing field? These are some of the fundamental questions then where I feel say then for don't try for look into in terms of the training. And also then talk about the customary laws. Don't forget, the laws them. When you talk about the laws or constitution, you get customs, it's also part of it, but the basic fundamental issue here, where I feel say the government therefore take into cognizance, is about the independence of the judiciary, is about the police. These are the fundamental issues then where them for try for address. It's the justice system, if citizens them for enjoy the fundamental human rights. These are the critical issues here. We don't see in recent times, we say, this is also important. I think I get for touch this side before I end this call. One important aspect where always we neglect when it comes to a justice system, not that of the parliament. Don't forget, yeah, the judiciary not to make laws. The functions of the judiciary not for just interpret the laws, whether they interpret them fairly or not, but then they interpret them. Yeah. So the laws are made by parliament. So we don't see parliament don't they make laws where actually not favor the citizens then, nor they in the interest of the citizens. Let me give you an example. Yeah. Today we don't see then they repeal. I don't know if they don't repeal them or then they try for repeal the criminal libel law. Yeah. The criminal libel law is basically not in the interest of protecting people like the journalists. Yeah. Where they forget their fundamental right to express their freedom for right or say anything where they feel say it appropriate. So the criminal libel law, you know, it was once passed by parliament. Then we'll see say this law is not there in the interest of we people them who can represent. This particular law, in order in the interest, we see recently a lot of laws the way that they passed. They no say these laws them what they try for pass so in order in the interest of the citizens. For example, the non-accountable interest is a good example. Yeah, yeah. You think about the old criminal libel law. These are some of the examples them where you talk about how important the parliament there when it comes to the justice system as well, because they're a contributing factor to the justice system. If you make a bad law, it affects the citizens then. If you make a good law, it will protect the citizens then. So these laws, what they talk about, were all once passed by parliament. So forget a credible justice system. I think say the training also for don't make a provision, yeah, for ensure that the laws where then they pass in a parliament, then therefore be credible, then therefore protect the interest of the citizens then. You know, I don't say, as you say, AAA, you're right, you know, it just takes some part of the justice. But these are all interrelated somehow. Because I don't believe, say, you know, you go pass a law like the non-accountable interest, where, you know, they affect the citizen. Because at the end of the day, you know, if you deprive, you know, in terms of you cut down, you use your resources to your own self-interest at the expense of the masses, you know, it's also part of we own human right, because see the amount of people will go suffer. Yeah, they are factory in terms of security, in terms of bread and butter issues, so many ways. So all these things are interrelated. But what you will mean they expect more in terms of the training, therefore don't address the main issues here. Yeah, and also they talk about customary law, then talk about, you know, but the fundamental issues have not been addressed. Because all them, you know, then here, like the justice system, you talk about the police, as I say, they're all just a response to the tunes of the government of the day. What did the government of the day tell them for do, now they listen to? As simple as that. You get a case, a parliament, and a court, you know, you see instructions come out from the above, they can't pull that case there for you. And the most important thing where I want that we all remember is this. As long as we don't get an accessibility and impartial system, it's very difficult for our country thrive, for let it become a successful government. So indeed, we call on the government for let it address the main issues here. We all know, everybody knows what's the problem. Why we not get justice system in that country today? We all are aware of that. Yeah? So I think I just want to lay the foundation here. Me feel say, for summarize, I feel say we get a lot of challenges when it comes to the justice system. And it's not only this government, but previous government. Yeah?
Usman Toli, I want all you there first before you go, since we did talk about justice, because if we find out, say, people are not trust the process, the justice system, if people are not trust them, and also if the justice system not the bets, you go find out, say, that two things they go and bug something at the country. What you make us say so? Just now a breaking news from Umaru Fofana. It tell we say expatriate and other senior staff them na Sierra Tropical na Sumbuya then they make pineapple. He say senior staff member them and the expatriates them, they don't fled, they don't run away, come on at this company site na Sumbuya. And Sumbuya they na the south part of Sierra Leone. What's in be the threat? The threat say people in the tongue say then go pull secret society pa them. Then go pull we know no more now. Then go pull and pa them. And what's in the reason? The people in the tongue claim say them people here come, they know they hire the locals them inside the town. While the people say yes, then go hire, but they need people them we go able to do the job where they want them for do. So now the two things this now. So we they talk right now about justice. If the people them within that tongue they trust the justice system in the country, what's in the right thing for do? Not so for go na court to make them go interpret this. And if the people them feel say, then they chase investors them away, and you go grab other investor them for come, the law go bet them. So this not just an example about how the justice, when it look not correct, things them not go right. I lay this on the table, sir. I don't know what you get for say about this.
Okay, thank you very much. You spot on. You're on the point, and I think I touched on that, but I think I was too open on that. As I say no more, principles of the rule of law, the principle of the rule of law, one of the fundamental pillars of the principle of the rule of law, we talk about the fair system. Yeah? Fair system in terms of the distribution of resources of the state will therefore be fair. There should be impartiality. Yeah? Where you distribute, where you talk about justice, you therefore treat everybody fairly. If you don't treat people unfairly, then they become dissatisfied. Yeah? When they become dissatisfied. And that dissatisfaction, it will create sometimes chaos. Yeah? I think a similar scenario may not happen here. As a government, you therefore treat the people fairly. Yeah? I believe those people, I don't know the nitty-gritty of what happened now, the place where you call so. But I feel a group of citizens then, he say they're not satisfied. They are dissatisfied. Yeah? So maybe they don't treat them well. We don't see over the years, some of them mining contractors here, they come, take land of people and the government not they even explain to the people them. This we don't see court case don't come I think na court. I don't know somebody where I don't know and I read one article where somebody in England have been one take the case for the people there. Then go make the people homeless, take them, host them, then land them at their hand. Carry out mining without no compensation. Yeah, without no form of compensation. Then left them people and they homeless. And all in the name of mining without, treat the people unfairly. So in that case, maybe that then information, yeah, then people here will they bank on that information. So look, that's why they can't take the land. Yeah, we don't let this land for so many years. Nobody can't talk to me. They just can't take this land. They say then they do farming or agriculture or whatever what they want to do without actually explaining to me, compensating with me. Sit down and talk to the people and explain to them the circumstances under which we want to do them here. So in that respect, we will say the rule of law not take effect because by the fundamental pillar of the rule of law, you have to treat everybody fairly. Go take policy. I don't know the integrity of it, as I say, but we don't see the example. I just tell you some of the examples then we don't see over the years. And this is not today thing. And some of them people are they don't have their homes for so many years. So if we go lost in place, lost in land, just like that, without nobody compensate them, nobody talk to them, yeah, of course, these are developments. But let them follow the due process. Let them follow the correct procedure. So if things like this happen, I think it's going back to what we try to talk. It's just that, the fundamental principles of the rule of law, they're not followed around. As simple as that. I think this will help answer your question, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think that's not likely to be the case. I don't know much, as I say no more, but the principle of rule of law, if you follow them, you see the problem is they say the Western ideas, but some of these Western ideas, what they talk about, democracy, we talk about, the principle of the rule of law. If these things, really, we follow them principles here, we hardly go wrong. Trust me. Now, because when they do them here, at the expense of what we're supposed to do, the justice system was supposed to portray, we don't follow the correct principles then. We don't say when they practice the rule of law, we don't correctly follow the fundamental pillars then, the principles then. Where is the accountability in a law? Where even is a parliament? We don't see allegations and counter allegations. Where up to this time, we don't know whether investigation has taken place. Huh? Where is the principle of the rule of law? If accountability not there, there is no open government. Yeah, there is no, there is no impartiality. Everything is partial. If you want to survive, you have to follow the government of the day. So these are some of the things. So I will stop here. I give chance for your call.
All right. Yes. Thank you. I think you need for the Inquata.
Exactly.
The voice. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much, Usman Toli. Thank you, sir. We don't hear waiting Usman Toli Dole na table. What we discuss today. Now, justice as part of the citizens' them rights na salon. Then I be asked a question, say, if you get opportunity for talk to the Chief Justice na salon, what you go tell them, say, concerning the people them, their right to justice. Some people them comment na Facebook, we get Almami Kamara, he say, what you go recommend to the president, now for say the office of the Attorney General for be totally divided from the Justice Department. Because the Justice Department, according to them, supposed to be a state institution and not that of a government institution. That's what Almami Kamara put na Facebook. Well, make her open the phone line so that you will be part of the program. You can call now and give your own contribution. Yes, call ID live on here. You name and who side you call from?
This is Almami Kamara from Boston, United States.
Yes, Almami. What's in your own contribution?
First and foremost, I appreciate very well the work we you do for we the people as a people in the country and out of Sierra Leone. You know, as I start for talk, Sierra Leone has a long way for go. Of course, we all aware of what human rights, to be precise, means, you know, in every form or nature. I look at them and say, you know, the leaders in that country, both the state institutions and the government institutions, for being so open-minded in securing and safeguarding the right of people. For example, when we've been in Israel, we read one book when things fall apart, as he mentioned, you know, before. When a Nigerian writer, you know, Chinua Achebe, he writes, say, before ever Africa or other third world country go recognized the right of individuals, the few privileged people now then force for recognized, you know, the right of individuals. What even they try for Turkeys? If, you know, the power that be, since independent, Attorney General and Minister of Justice, you know, when I'm at the head of the judiciary, I believe if that person the head of the government, now in they appoint him, I believe say, you know, it will be subordinate to that person. When we look at and say, we for totally divide, you know, that particular institution. And the people in the way where Umar Fofana just you know, put on a table, you know, the same thing where Usman Toli don't talk. Trust in the side of the judiciary. Now, he totally absent in that country. And if will be absent, because you they see with your eyes, this person don't do this. You know, they hold them very tight. The law bet them as to how the law for bet person. This person do the same thing. You know, the law we're supposed to bet them as he been bet the other person. He go free. He go free. We don't see a lot of violent, you know, during and before, during and after elections, where a lot of fingers were pointed to, you know, people that perceived to be this person. He didn't have the red, he didn't have the green, he didn't have the orange, he didn't have the rainbow. When they say that so no more would they talk in that country there, you know, nothing they come from that. Because people are perceived to be this person, na me own. So I cover them because I am up there. I am the be all. So this na aim I get for talk. Make I not take a long time. Thank you for giving me the privilege of airtime. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Almami. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, you did live on air. Your name and who side you call from? Yes, sir.
Patrick.
Yes, Patrick. Then beat you today by 1 point. You can indulge waiting. You can turn the volume down small, sir.
Definitely. You know,
you get the platform.
I want to say thank. Yeah, I want to say thank you for this show. You know, I mean, this one be able to make, we're able to do something, talk about the country in problem, and we'll be able to see our best. If we talk on the authority, they listen and see how they're able to fix that. You know, when it comes to justice, it comes to human rights in that country, we totally deviate. Africa technically totally the behind, but don't forget about the rest of Africa, not just inside Salon. You know, we Sierra Leonean individual first will not respect any individual the human right. Because we know the basic that for we it start from before you go at the top. We not respect, we follow you man in human rights in that country there. We not care about the next man in right. Say, oh, if I do this, maybe I step on this line too. Example, if they catch thief man inside Salon, pray God let police there around or maybe he will survive. When I say yes, he don't thief. Not thief, he don't thief. But the human right say, take him to the law. Let the law deal with him and the charge and go court. If he's guilty, they go pay for that crime the way they don't commit. But hell no. That is not possible. Before they really take and go central, they don't bust it, bust it high. If you don't know the grace of God, maybe it will leave. But if not that, they will be beaten to death. That is one of the aspects there where we, Sierra Leoneans and other countries, we not respect human rights. It comes to the judiciary. You may not mention just now. Influence the affect the justice system so bad in our country. If you not get influence, you not get top somebody or you not get lawyer family or this guy, forget it. If you get case against the rich or against you come on your neighbor, and that neighbor they connected, you get influence, forget it. You don't lose your case though. And so you go bumping, they know nothing they come up behind. Before that they will postpone the magistrate. Wait, see, they don't talk to the magistrates now. They will postpone it. They will postpone this case to next year, to this year. Things are frustrated. I don't do inside court one tell whether the one case don't take more than 5 years. Just over land dispute. That is too much. The Baku too much inside Salon. Then the justice, we can outline definitely. Now the province is there, the incident in the desert. Look the example you just say about the pineapple factory. The company that wanted to go build factory that wanted to build now the province is there. Believe me, they not respect the local, the digital, the right that are that place there. They not even they will promise say we will do this, we will do this, we will do that. But when they launch the plant there now, they totally abandon the people there. And either they abandon the people there, then they go through the chief there, and the chief there now, we see they don't pass through the chief there, where the people they talk, they not get no saying. You see, so the justice system, the Salon, the human rights system, it was so far they behind. Totally the behind. It will take years for let the common man, let we individual first start respecting individual. They respect this man, now you don't right to this. This one, now you don't right, make her respect her. If we don't get that mentality that they respect the individual and right, believe me, the justice system, the judicial self go cancel, you are them people I don't like. Let us say the rest. Because if the system, if you get case, they play bias, you will get right, say, okay, this one, you know, go for make her take her to the Supreme Court. Then when you take her to the Supreme Court, let us see. Because people they will support that person, they say, no, justice not served properly. But we need they will not support all that. That is all I'll have to say. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Patrick. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Yes, caller, you live on here. You name and who side you call from?
I name Eric Williams. I call from Bowes, Leone to be precise.
Yes, Eric. What's in a contribution?
Yeah, my contribution starts with the individual. We talk about justice. We narrow the justice business to the court level, and that's of the rule of law. But I want for let we bring mind back again to we very self. If we play justice with yourself, now you then give country money for me, you go implement an activity. Then you hold like put on your pockets. Are you doing justice to the nation? You know they do justice to the people then they. You get a people then where they don't come at the country for come investor for can invest in the country. We see the line of project in the for many people they know that indigenous for benefit out of that particular project or that investor in the you're not able to do unto them. So what did happen? Are you doing justice to the people of them place in the or investor don't come for investment in the country instead of investing the right things, then waiting for invest for it take different thing. Are you doing justice to yourself? Are you doing justice to the common people in that place? Well, for example, we just talk about someone of Fufana for make a breaking news of Sumbuya. With this in certain region. If I be precise, I stand to be correct. If we make Sumbuya and the certain region, I think of Sumbuya when I Lubu children, right? So if you talk about them people they say they pull native people then for men and drive away the investors them. Any action there must be a reaction. Sometimes and some they don't make them people they don't say that they go into that. I'll look at the benefit of that particular project or that investor to the masses of them people in the if they are doing justice. Because before they carry it a project or investor, it must do a feasibility studies, both the human capital, the resources where it gets, the people they will make the thing go behind, or in which it will get out of it. It take all into cognizance. So sometimes it's not doing justice to the people, and many people don't make a reaction. I just do a devil advocate. So we come to the individual justice level before they move to the rule of law. The rule of law is a due process of the law. Everybody is innocent before the law until proved beyond reasonable doubt, right? So the court they prove that one day. So let me say that if my thief, it just do maybe if possible say not to out of because under the law has an effect for. The reason behind the person do something, and the law has effect for, not because it do. So the law will only prove and say it do because of intent for do. So the law will better for that one day. So with that, if you protect the individual from many law not better, are you doing justice to the other people them where they foresee down there as a bad thing? Making mention of the corruptions where the parliaments don't pass the laws and the president not act them. I want to see the corruption pay price for behind than it doing the corruption. In fact, that is exactly the things that we are looking at for. For me, you do corruption, it will be a high price for it. So we look at it and then people then for be responsible, see the things that they do a very risk where it will hinder not only the nation, but even the individual self. We say, this if I involve in them tomorrow, I they pay a big price than waiting self at the deal. So a big price, so people they exempt. Like we want to say, we don't need stronger people. Then we need just a strong institutions from so that we will run the states. Individual self-justice, they start from there before they move to the court level or before they move to the rule of law. You know, the rule of law just did not for me. It puts stop to any other person who would intend for do such a thing, because when the rule of law proven beyond reasonable doubt, then the law can take the cause. I am against the selective justice. That is for sure. The selective justice, and this is what I'm against. Some people then need the law go bet them. Some people then don't go bet them because of some people then influence in certain parastatals or officials, government officials. Some law not go bet them. Think of the commission of inquiry they go on. There are issues where somebody will not be intent for me he would do that himself, but because they will look at that impeding life, he say, "I they go ahead and do them tomorrow." If the government in power, they will protect me. So these are the things that we make some people today they don't regret and why they've been doing that one day. So that's selective justice, not for avoid. No can implement law for somebody, other person because not in a party, not in a you area, not in a your side, there is a no better. Then that's selective justice. But when you start for do a justice within yourself by exempting things the way it do what you are under the person, then we don't be for big justice for that level before they move that cost level. And waiting on understanding, waiting make you impossible a fair palaver. Now, we are no say is your right to existence, is your right to freedom of expression. But that is same right to freedom of expression, enough for hinder me your right of privacy. Yeah. So now that thing in the whole need for understand. So thank you more, Triple X. When you didn't the country do I want meet with you. You know the people that where they admire so much in the nation. You know, I want for me to somebody who I admire most so that it will inspire me better. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Eric. Definitely we go must meet as I promise you. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, you dey live on here. Your name and who side you call from?
Yeah, my name is Brian. I call from New Jersey.
Yes, Brian, I get the platform, sir.
People will tell you plenty. Thank you for the opportunity and for this forum. I want to start because the question we say, waiting at the question we will ask the Chief Justice or waiting for tell her. Me on that side is simple. Waiting me go tell her is, as a Chief Justice, now you are the chief legal officer in the country. Now you are the top man. Now the legal side. Grow some backbone. Grow some backbone. Because we all know waiting at the how for put them. That the justice, now all the democratic countries there. Now the judicial in particular. Now the justice, now they cover an eye with a cloth. What they say, nobody, that signifies say, nobody they're not for favor. If you follow waiting the law say, you're not for favor, nobody. So if not that the waiting and call, why una they be afraid? Why una they favor one people at the expense of other people? We all know, Salon, as some other callers even say, if you are well connected, or if you are rich, or you are famous, you get case with anybody who it is below your status, you go win that case day. Because you can make all kinds about business. 2-in-1 business, you go most winner. So we all know now, Andy, that's now one side. The second side, we not get better judges than the country. We not get better judges than the country. So how will I be able to dispense proper justice when I get better judges then? All the districts and will get in the country, you know, get better judges than they. Some side in the judge, another they say. They're not there. So now it really handicapped. The judiciary really handicapped. And added to that, the judiciary corrupt. We only talk about the politicians, then we forget about the judiciary. It's back corrupt. Because that very judiciary, just like another will say this now. You go get one case, you will take almost here. Then go keep the file, then go keep them. Do any kind then business. Then one. Done two, I don't go, we can read the clip about waiting the president or other officials and talk. I need to go that side because to me, now all talk, no action. To me, that's not zero. I need to go there. Because why I need to go there? This government will just come out. We got to tell yourself the truth. Long not been, we got to tell yourself the truth. Una not go take una party officials then. Somebody will presently be part of una party, una executive. Now una party, when you carry that person for be deputy attorney general. What do you expect? Then it don't make say that judiciary would never ever rule against the government. It tell one of the signs the woman go look say really with judiciary and independence. Now the day will not care that that person they be. Somebody take the present government na court. Student, the judiciary rule against the government of the day. The day will begin standing as alone, we're going to say, yeah, the judiciary is serious. But that will never happen. But the day will that happen and not say, yeah, we don't get a better judiciary. So all that talk with them talk for me, na zilch, na big fat zero, and everything and call. Let them make institutions and be independent. Let them make them be independent. Una train more judges. Una give them the capacity. Then let we see how things go. And let the judges themselves, let them be independent, impartial. I don't care whether that guy right to right or that guy wrong. And lastly, that incident will happen in upland. Irrespective of waiting the people who they want, the investors who they want, the plants, irrespective of what on them do, Then people in a lawlessness, when I not go pull 60 society for intimidate, I not care how that be. Sierra or foreigners. Now we they are the tribe of investors there. Don't have to go through that one day. All that in a lawlessness. Now use the secret society for intimidate people. So they really just for take care of that. So now my contribution on it. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Brahma. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thanks. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, caller, you live on here. You name and who side the call from?
Yes, good evening. This is Ibrahim from Athens.
Yes, Ibrahim. What's in your own contribution?
First of all, I want to tell you plenty thank you. Today is my first time for contribute to your program because I don't follow you on Facebook and on
YouTube.
I don't listen on YouTube. So yes, okay. Today is my first time anyway. But I'm waiting at the question where you say.
If you get opportunity for talk to the Chief Justice, what you go tell them? Waiting them for focus for make everybody get justice inside the country.
First of all, my own first it get for start with the police because now the country the justice system you get for start with the bottom line, which now waiting we're not the police. You know, because if the justice start there, it will continue, you know, na the higher places. And for the Chief Justice, I believe say the first thing we them for look at na non-discrimination. You know, let them not give people and right where they not deserved. You know, because Salon they see people and right they turn wrong within second. You see, I'm very clear, but they're right, they turn wrong because they not get people them where they back them up or because they not get affiliation to people where they up, you know. So I believe say then forgive justice for all. It doesn't matter whether you if you get problem with somebody where they no say then take advantage over you, let them give you the rights as you deserve as a citizen of Sierra Leone. My contribution, Dandy. Thank you so very much, and thank you for the good work you do.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Yes, caller, you live on here. You name and who side the call from?
Yeah, this is I call from US.
Yes, I get the platform, sir.
Yeah, this other day, another topic. You know, it's just like every day you come with something new. You know. We don't come up on water, electricity, now the justice system. Tomorrow we'll go on something else, you know. Everything that comes today right now, people mix up, box up, you know. Then therefore find ways and means them for fix it. This justice system, not to today business part, this time to go from way back, you know. When governments kind of power, then they use this justice system to their advantage. I'm not care what people then talk, you know. I'm not care what kind of symposium or forum they have, then get. Now the same thing it will happen back, you know. The government of the day will use the justice system for their own purpose. That's the way it is, you know. And mostly and if you look at some countries, them too in West Africa, Black Africa, you know. Now the same thing, you know. Only few countries them in Africa say, oh, we will see here at least the justice system is mostly impartial, somewhat, you know, but. Salon justice system now say they from 10, you know, it never change. And when they read books from the 70s where they come up, you know, now the same thing, you know, same thing. Government in power control the justice system. And the Attorney General and they're supposed to work for the people, not for the president or the party. You know, but when the government and the president them and they appoint them, what do you expect? They don't go against them. If they go against them, they will fire them, put their young people in the day. So, and then when they go up, talk, calm down. They have to do an overhaul of the whole system, not just the justice system. Everything rotten. You know, everything rotten. You know, it's hard to say, but that's the way it is for that country right now. And they have to do serious overhaul. You know. Go from ministry to parastatal, every agency and thing they get for clean house, you know, and let the government just leave the people then in the areas they know them put and let them do their job without interfering. If you don't do that, now so more will happen for the next 20, 25 years, you know. they will be very difficult for see the light at the end of the tunnel. Because if we do not change the system, next year or the next 3 or 4 years, we will come back and get the same thing. I tell you, we need to wake up and overhaul the system. Let them let the country work for the people, them do this party business, When you see them take party business, they put on a constitution. That alone for them to tell you something. Take party policy, put on a constitution. Why they can fire, sack people at random. They're not serious. They're not serious about the country. When they make up their mind for serious for that country, then that country they will go before. But all this talk, everything they can and talk people and jump on board. Yeah, that's a good idea. All are just rhetoric. After 2-3 days, they them bring anything they can, and next 2 weeks they don't forget about they come with something new next week. They just get bound for people and hate them. People joke, hey, not true, we'll do this, yeah, that's a good idea. What kind of good idea? Yeah? The last time we talked about water, one of you call us say, let the people and dig well. The other one say, they're patient. That's what we go there. The other one say, we like business, let them go and buy solar. Let the people and buy solar. Those kind of things. Very thoughtful.
All right. Thank you very much, Ayo. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, caller, you live on here. You name and who side you call from?
Yeah, good morning, Triple H from your side. This is not CDB talk.
Yes, CDB, get the platform.
Yeah, I got a few issues where I want to talk on today in terms of this judiciary issue. First, I will start with the police, the country, where now my salon was to be born. One thing for Triple A, I don't get the issue where I will say if I go to the police, I will get a justice. Because I've been doing business. One thing with them for so you go to police, if you don't get money, then they tell you say you get money, follow take up a case. If you say you don't get money, then they tell you say okay, find another solution. But yeah, no money. When you get money, we go for a case. But if you don't get money, and we're not going to take up your own issue. I feel say we get police in the country for let them able secure life. Then they for justice for letting they between we. Like any other thing not happen. But if you go to police, say somebody get for pay me, they ask you how much this person get for pay. They say this. If that person they get money pass away, see come, he give them small thing. Hey brother, that's the end of your case. If they work at against, they not tell you say the person no they. Hence they don't give them small thing. From there the corruption start first. Police is not justice to the people then. You will get money, then we'll consider your case. Will you not get money? Let you forget. Don't have to talk about this political influence in the country. One to the politicians. One, they know they think about the masses. They only value their own party and themselves. Let me see Salon Constitution. For more than say for review that constitution. Then people in the parliament, instead of them go to feds for let them review their own constitution, party constitution, than the country constitution. Why? Because of selfishness and greedy. Yeah, and also the corruption aspect of this, the states. Then people are waiting the current government where they rule Salon. Then say then come for corruption. But to me on side, I feel that now foundation they don't come build for corruption in this other country there. Because if you come for conflict for corruption, you know for the part of corrupt. And let me see what thing that happened today. Few days ago, we did see a news on social media where anti-corruption go get account of the funding the way they give them, how they use them. Then drive journalists then for let them know they're part of that area in there. Why that would be if really justice in that country there. Would that then go fight for we now? Would that go fight for corruption in the country there? That's another question. Then, Commission of Inquiry, where it can fight corruption. How far the issue don't they? How many people in there don't involved in terms of corruption? To my own view, we may say, I prefer like anti-corruption in look better than with Commission of Inquiry. Because think the money we don't spend for Commission of Inquiry. If they use that money, then put in other aspects for develop and let them see how we say anti-corruption the end. I believe that what anti-corruption don't get, I not conclude, but what anti-corruption then don't prove, what they don't get that from corrupt, it look better than Commission of Inquiry.
Well, before I make you go, CDB,
yeah.
Commission of Inquiry not done yet. Now we then done and get for produced in white paper, then they hand over now to the government, then the government go able to see how they go able to pursue after that white paper day. So for now, evidence them, then they gather. Where they don't get that done, and the judge now for the Commission of Inquiry get for right all waiting in find out, he put some by waiting and call white paper. That white paper day, he hand over and give the government. Then the government see now how they go able to pursue for Commission of Inquiry.
But now, let me look to the time where they be said and get forgiven about this Commission of Inquiry. And now we almost there inside 1 year, 1 month, if I not forget. We there inside 1 year, 1 month. And then people in the lobby think the kind of money where they pay them. If we don't politicians, they really think about the masses like this, the Canada country. But they not for act like that. And let me talk about the company the way it is in our country. My brother, them politicians, they're wicked. I will take them to them. They no value with people there. They say, you will get the devil. If you value, extra person go value. If you see them people and they take we as slave, then they use any kind of way with them for use we. Not because of the politicians. Eh? Because they see you right when you go to law, because you don't get money for fight you right. They know they give you right. They're always backing them people in there. So I would stop here and I'll tell you thank you for your good day.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and who the call from?
Good evening, Triple A. Thank you for the program. This is Omo from Columbus. The question where you ask, if me get the opportunity for talk to her today, which I go start, go recommend is we for go back and review we country a constitution, and I would strongly recommend we start by looking at the recommendations. Then I believe that the Justice Kanwaba, I think he don't die now, may he so rest in peace. We for really look into their recommendations. Then we make after we then take all that time and work very hard on reviewing that constitution. So now that one they may go recommend if I get for day before and today and talk to her. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Umu. Thank you, man. Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and who side you call from?
Oh, okay. My name is Edward Mara, and I call from Philadelphia.
Okay, I see you comment because now this number you call, and whenever you call, other people will be at the line. So now the reason that one day. Yes, you get a platform. What's in your contribution?
Well, thank you very much for bringing the program, come and give you the latest when you go on a salon. Okay, you better talk about some judiciary members, they attend training. I mean, I want to know, is it the Justice Ministry and co, or is it like a committee set up by the judiciary to look into the Constitution and stuff like that?
Not a committee, but this is not the Judiciary of Sierra Leone. Now they say they get 2 days workshop where then they talk how for better serve the citizens them, then how this one go able for help the human rights aspect of the Anglophone country them. So in that aspect, then I may just say, well, let us choose first justice, but when a part of the human rights for we citizens and rights alone. The forum we then do, then take them on a broader aspect, very wide, where they cater for other countries them. But we know they talk about other countries them, we left with your own country, we say, with judiciary, look at some question mark. So now I ask the question, say, if we get opportunity for talk to the Chief Justice, what's in your advice where you go, Gam?
Well, I will first of all say the three branches of government need for function independently, because now when they function independently, everybody will get a say, or everybody will get justice. You know, if we see the main government, they work, the judiciary, they're doing your own, the parliament, they're doing your own, especially when it comes to reform. You know, I always think this Leone constitution needs to be reformed and also accessible to the masses, because until the citizen knowing right, they will continue to trample upon them. I want to see that situation wherein the constitution of Sierra Leone is like a module in a school that beginning for learn them. We not get the opportunity for learn them, but like, hey, the world they move on, so there's nothing like we go limit you for do what you know for do. You know, because why they say this, that we need for learn this the constitution. Now you made mention of a village wherein then they attack investors and stuff like that. Well, one of your callers, they say they're not right for do so and stuff like that. Man, let me tell you, this now the people in land who side justice not they we go all around again, all around and all around. Okay, the people that say people that not get enough education for participate into them program. I'm like, no, that's a lie. You want to tell me, say you don't get anything labor, let's say this guy don't get education. Because all this happened because we don't get better education system in the country. Okay? So that's why we've careful to put attention on education. Okay, and the people that contribute, because the human is source, the human itself, like a source. When you train this somebody, you're able to do. I mean, you don't go tell the man to go do something technocrat. I mean, but anything where like changing of like tires or working at the workshop and stuff like that, just get them involved. I mean, get some people. It's not going to be everybody. I mean, common sense will tell you that. You know, and let the people that feel say, okay, this time we grown, we enjoy the benefits and stuff like that. But that's not my point tonight, because we get for fancy for talk about that. Okay? I want to see reform, not salon. I want to see that the masses they get their right, and certain institution devoid of government, because that's not one of Sierra Leone's problem. And if we get for look into now we take for instance the one party system as alone, we see wherein they take somebody like the Bambe Kamara when we head of police and put on a parliament. You imagine that messed up situation. See how the country end up. And I also see that situation wherein the law, the people who they make the law, put them into that constitution that now a reasonable act for what, first of all, for any party for say, I mean, let me get to one party in a salon. It's supposed to be a reasonable act. And it's also supposed to be a reasonable act for let one president they say third term. So even if you make salon with gold, or every Sierra Leone and get $1 billion, you facilitate that. When you second time done, you for leave, you for chill out, you know. So all that stuff that they need for then our constitution, until it then our constitution, people that go continue for seize advantage of the system, then begin embarrass people. And look for example, when this BO's administration kind of power, I mean, there's a saying, always a soldier. Once a soldier, it's always a soldier. I disagree with that. Okay. Now, when BO kind of power, the soldier man then take and say that soldier man kind of power. This is civil government. Police for the outside government. Soldier for the outside government. They're all for going at them barracks. Look, in America, when we see a soldier man, we have to feel with love and respect because that's sacred duty. But in Sierra Leone, people are fearful because soldier man go beat you, go embarrass you, go drag you in the streets and left buff. You know what I mean? That's not supposed to happen like a democratic state. And the president is keeping quiet about it. People are being embarrassed. Police, they do what the government wants and stuff like that. How we go build with democracy? Where all that stuff they are not in place. You know, the issue them plenty. I wish I get more time for like analyze, but I'm not sure say I get enough time. But if the time permits, I will try to call back.
All right. Thank you very much, Edward. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Yeah. Yes, caller, you live on air. Your name and who side you call from?
This is Janet Mathamusa, the call from UK.
You get a platform, Janet.
Thank you very much. I think to say Edward don't talk all with Abuan for talk, but the more reason why I call, I think the biggest problem in Sierra Leone, like where Edward say, now where the judiciary not independent, you know, if the judiciary independent from the executive, you could find out that the judiciary could function properly, but then they're not achievable, not only in Sierra Leone, but in many African countries. You know, the judiciary is under the pressure, under pressure from the executive. You know, any decision within they make in tandem with the government of the day. So now that's thanking more than me. You know, when we had the APC government, you find that in the judiciary do things for please them. And when this one so left, when the other one come in. So we want to try avoid this. You know, try to make sure say the judiciary is not answerable to the executive. They're not for interfere. I think it's that interference. We can talk about the human rights and stuff like that. Look, the human rights aspect in Sierra Leone, like everybody they write and say, that's something that we really need to look at. There are breaches clearly, you know, but for that we go get justice. We got forget the judiciary to be independent, that the executive does not interfere, you know. So in other words, really, what I just say here, separation of powers. For say the judiciary for able, if the president don't do something all right, therefore able. Look who's in America. People and they say, no, compare America to Sierra Leone, but the constitution is the constitution. You know, these are the rule book where they enable the government and the people for live side by side. You know, the individual and the state. But when you talk something, people and say, oh, well, the people and get for know their rights. And Edward clearly said, I think they will begin to teach the constitution that schools them. We go enable, even the one day with the rule we, for able to understand. Sometimes some of them breach when they breach the constitution. It's either they are not familiar with the constitution itself, or it's a willful act. You know, overriding the rights of the people. So I think to say the media, within the media, like what you do so tonight is very, very important for many people to understand, say, we have rights and government must, government they come and go. They must respect the rights of the individual, which we say the individual in front of the people. You know, so it's very painful sometimes when you see clearly within government the city where they go wrong, you know, or government said they do something where they go wrong. They not regard the people. You know, the other day somebody say, oh, freedom of speech. Yes, freedom of speech. But we are now say we don't want to be gagged. We get the right for speak with responsibility. Because we not go and say something, we go libel, go slander another person. Because if you write and I go be liable. But what we're saying here is that we want a clean court. The judiciary totally independent, not taking instructions from the executive. We know one only. So Triple, I want to say to you, you know, great job for this kind of question. If you say, waiting for say to the Chief Justice, I want to say to the Chief Justice, please try and get the judiciary to be independent. There's no executive interference. Una need take instruction from the president, instruction from any other side. Una dey on my own, una dey work on my own, and when something go wrong, una not afraid for talking because they can't arrest una. You know, so there is this thing. Well, let's call a little bit to away the vice president, Sakam. people that we get mind to say, and they say, a day inside the constitution will let sack the vice president. It is not in our constitution. The judicial reached that unfortunate decision there because of fear of being persecuted themselves by the state. So AAA, the media go for play a very important role for the spell like where Fatoma they do for spell out all the way people their rights, government for respect the rights of people. As we live tonight, I want everybody to listen. For no say, we as a people, we enter into social contract with the state for protect we, not for abuse we. We not accept abuse at any level at all. I want to say thank you for having me tonight.
Thank you very much, Janet. Thank you. I just want to remind we of the different things them we listen na the clip and where I feel they all get for title justice. We hear about community rights. We hear about customary rights. We hear about regional human rights. Even the president, he tell we about say he say some judges them, then they be biased. Some judges them, then they rule based on partisan. It says some judges them, then they become unresponsive. All them things, no they make things go down well. People them they na correctional facilities them, centers them, over a period of time. Just like at another time now, we don't deal with that case day. Without saying, because say, I they lock you at go the key. We sabi then ten and they wouldn't talk then they in a salon. So you don't know that na me. I they lock you at go the key. But this is not 2019. The president self don't tell we say, then they try as best as possible for make them able for deal with then cases them, then people the way they behind bars. We they not even deal with the case they hate. We now one of the reasons and the way cause overcrowding. Now then different correctional centers them. The other time we see outside they move some, even from Pademba Road, then carry them go na Tonkolili district. But we too they talk now. Justice for the across the board. The poor, the rich, the well-connected, the less connected, the no connection. Everybody forgets that same service day. And we need law with a bet. We don't need law where they protect the well-connected, protect the one we get money, but bet the one we poor. Because injustice na no justice. Selective justice na no justice. Because somebody else, they don't deprive them of their rights. And we don't need any rocket science. So every Sierra Leonean know this. We know side the problem dey. From the police station, where they receive, not even reach, from the community first. From the community to the police station. From the police station to the judiciary, to the court system. We all know side the breakage day. We all know who side the well-connected them, how they can get away with things. Now one green phone call, others from above. He say left the man let go. We all know. Even the one them where they inside our holy where be the talk, they themselves know the problem. But some people go and say, oh, now because of political, now he make the and them. Just like what Ibrahima say. The office of the Attorney General inside Salon now, even the Deputy Attorney General in Salon. Now person with the inside the ruling party. And not to ordinary person. So if we're not able for courts then ties then they. The president can pick anybody. But now because we not get system in place. Because even if the president ain't pick you, the president tell you for do wrong. I just to make an example now. The president tell you for do wrong. You know say we didn't come after you. The system they bet you. They go behind bars. Trust me, no do. You try and say for do. Who the system bets you, you they suffer the consequence. Because waiting do, there is a system in place. Just watch Oba who fumble them, United States. How much people them we now under this President Donald Trump? No, they're not behind bars right now. Then they behind bars. Waiting do because there is a system in place. Even when Phil say he is so much influence and he can corrupt things then, but that system with they in place. Now in the upheld democracy. Now in the upheld we for make we able to do what they do. One thing we American man go tell you, he say in First Amendment rights. He know the Pluto. In Sierra Leone, what do we say? Me, I know me right too, but ask him what in right. If they tell you say you know in right, when you not even know in right. Even in wrong, we they say we know we right. Even doing wrong, we determine as something that is right because we don't know our constitution. We only know within the head, then tell we. If you go to the provinces, now within the head, then they talk. Now we sabi. Now we within the head, then sabi. Now they tell we. And now, the saddest part is, everything has been politicized in Sierra Leone. The red and the green. You get for pick one side for team up. You will not get any political connection. You sabi now waiting the result go be for you. And if you not to your party day now, you suffer the consequence. We party come, you revenge. You think say we go ever grow? We not go grow if not that. Just like with that new song, oh they play now they ask. They say for me we get independent, you know one day grow. Why make you not they grow? This is not one of the reasons. Because of selective justice. Now make we need for amend we lost them. And they repeat this now over and over. Most of them are Kituman them. Where they go take pepper up the province, the pepper kai rotten, they no able to pay for them, then they na Pademba road. Where them people they not able. We don't go boku market them. Go watch, talk to the camera. Most of the marketuman they talk. Say we business go bad. Now what thing they do? Na Pademba road. Will Pademba road fix that person money we no get? But again, I wait in the local. They're not sending they illegally. But now wait till we get our books. So now I make when we the call say we need for make them fix the constitution. We really need that. We really need that. We can just say unity, freedom, and justice. But what do we really know about justice? We don't enjoy justice. As a poor man, you get police case. You go enjoy, say, oh yes, the system go fet for me. Eh? Well, you know, say you not get money, you feel say the system go able fet for you. We know the deal. This is our country. The one we will like so much. Now make we try for talk to the Chief Justice, the Attorney General. Say, they are we Sierra Network. When I listen to this particular broadcast, a lot of people they don't give salient points then how we go able for help for make everybody get justice in salon. From we the people among we self go you catch thief man, you bitter. Because waiting do. You say because we go police then go left handy. But still yet we not for take the law now we hand. When we not believe the system, na the problem. Asatu Kake, he say, him believe say, the reason we make people sabi the Constitution, he say, na because of lack of primary and secondary education. Because they not be put on there. Na make will not sabi the Constitution. But Saloma na sabi say I know me rights. But ask her waiting on the rights day. Now we go lock today on program. Let us not forget say, based on this Constitution we talk, we want for help for sponsor Abdulem Fatoma so that it go call government attention for make they not abandon that Constitution where they be don't begin review. But money be don't spend. So nothing say we supposed to abandon her right now. Or not for abandon her at all. So if we feel say we need for take up that campaign day, please make we do. Now with the local team for today. We'll go there back tomorrow for continue with another discussion. Until we meet again tomorrow, Triple SA, Tata.